While the government celebrates Wednesday's inter-Korean agreement in Pyeongchang Olympic Winter Games as a step forward in creating a Peace Olympic, South Korea is once again finding itself divided over the North Korean issue. On Wednesday, both Koreas agreed on the range of issues of North Korea's participation in the Games, including the use of the Korean unification flag at the opening ceremony and forming a unified women's ice hockey team. Players from both South Korea and North Korea posed for different group pictures after their games at the International Women's Ice Hockey Federation Women's World Championship Division, the second Group A tournament at Gyeongnam Hockey Center in Gyeongnam, Gangwon Province in April 2017. Though some lauded the agreement as a leap forward in inter-Korean relations, the measures are raising a number of thorny issues and highlighting a deep division within the country. The opposition parties have united to stand against the use of unification flag, claiming it would be unacceptable for South Koreans and symbol of Seoul accepting even unreasonable demands in its desperation to bring North Korea to the Games. Not stopping at begging North Korea to the Games, the giving is giving up the use of taegukgi and formalizing the use of unification flag. Liberty Korean Party floor leader Rap Kim Song-tae said Wednesday, "It is illogical to give up the use of national flag of host country while turning blind eye to North Korean nuclear threat and falling into self-hypnosis over temporary inter-Korean reconciliation." The ruling Democratic Party of Korea has pushed back again, accusing the opposition of resorting to an outdated war of ideologies. A recent poll shows the public to indeed be divided on the issue. According to the poll conducted by local research firm Realmeter, has showed 49.4% feel the South and North Korean team should carry their respective flag in the opening ceremony. About 40% agreed with the use of unification flag. In addition to using the unification flag, Seoul is agreed to host North Korea's cultural performance troupe and taegukgi demonstration group. The two sides will also hold training session for skiers at the North Korean ski resort. The training session to be held at the Sinyeon Ski Resort in particular has raised red flags. The North Korea built the resort in 2013 despite the country's economic difficulties and held it as a monumental achievement of Kim Jong-un's rule, earning criticism from international community. The critics say the resort being used for training session could serve to bolster Pyeongchang's propaganda. Even the seemingly simpler ideas of using the resort, even the seemingly simpler ideas of forming a joint women's ice hockey team is not without difficulties. On Wednesday before the agreement, a local hockey fan filed a petition with the National Human Rights Commission claiming the joint team would violate the South Korean athletes' rights. The petitioner, identified by surname Hong, said the joint team will result in South Korean players' playing time being reduced. While the International Olympic Committee has yet to approve the plans. The number of oppositions have already been raised at both home and abroad. South Korean oppositions have attacked Prime Minister Lee Na-kyun over a comment suggesting there is a low likelihood of a South Korean women's hockey team winning an Olympic medal. He attempted to play down the controversies by saying that the rankings of South and North Korean team do not suggest a high likelihood of winning an Olympic medal, and that the South Korean players were in general welcoming of the idea. The opposition parties have jumped at its earlier comment, accusing the Moon administration of viewing the games as a political opportunities and brushing off the rights of South Korean players. While the human rights issues raised at home, Switzerland, whose women's hockey team will face South Korea on February 10th, has expressed discontent at the idea of giving unified Korean team on roster in terms of the sport, and for all the teams who invest a lot of money and resources in their women's team. We are not in favor of this since it's not fair and distorts the competition. John was kicked ahead of the conversation at Switzerland Women's Hockey Federation was quoted as saying by the local news agency.